the Compliance Kitchen. This is Sylvia, and today we will take a look at a recent DOJ enforcement action in regards to U.S. sanctions violations. So on September 29th, the DOJ issued a press release. They sentenced a Russian company owner, Mr. Nikitin of St. Petersburg, Russia. He was sentenced to prison for his role in a scheme to evade U.S. trade sanctions and national security laws. Mr. Nikitin pleaded guilty to conspiracy to violate the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, the Export Control Reform Act, and the Export Administration Regulations. The court also ordered Mr. Nikitin, General Director of KS Engineering, or KSE, a St. Petersburg-based energy company, to pay a fine of $5,000 and to be subject to deportation upon completion of his prison term. KSE and an Italian company, GVA International Oil and Gas Services, or GVA, will also ordered to serve 5 years probation. So according to the DOJ release, and as described in court documents and testimony in United States versus World Mining and Oil Supply et al., the conspiracy began in 2016 when an unnamed Russian government-controlled business accepted a proposal submitted by Mr. Nikitin in which KSE, which was he was a general director of KSE, would provide a power turbine from a U.S. manufacturer for use on a Russian Arctic deepwater drilling platform for approximately $17.3 million. As part of the Russian industry sector sanctions, such activity was expressly prohibited by the Commerce Department unless you can obtain an export license before the transaction. If you're interested in more detail on this, I do have the United States versus World Mining link, and also there's a prior post on Compliance Kitchen on the World Mining matter, so there's also a link for you guys on the website. Now, Mr. Nikitin admitted that he was involved in a conspiracy with Gabriel Villon and Villon's company GVA to obtain the turbine on behalf of KSE. Villon and GVA then employed the services of Dali Bagru and his Georgia-based company World Mining and Oil Supply, or WMO, to procure the turbine from a U.S. manufacturer and to have it shipped overseas. The parties conspired to conceal the true end user of the turbine from both the U.S. manufacturer and also from the U.S. government. They submitted false documentation stating that the turbine would be used by a U.S. company in and around Atlanta, Georgia. So Ariel Joshua Linward, who was the special agent in charge of the Bureau of Industry and Security's Office of Export Enforcement in the Miami field office, they oversee BIS investigations in the Southeast region, said that Nikitin knowingly attempted to illegally procure U.S. origin industrial equipment on behalf of the Russian government. Of course, this was in violation of the Russia sectoral sanctions. And this sentence holds him accountable for his efforts and is a deterrent to those who would violate U.S. export laws and act contrary to the national security and foreign policy interests of the United States. So again, I have a full link on this on compliancekitchen.com, together with a link to the DOJ press release, the underlying lawsuit, and also a prior link on the World Mining matter on Compliance Kitchen.